job. Also, a quick reminder here, the news doesn't stop when you leave the house, and Fox 11 has you covered. Download the new and improved free Fox 11 AM app for your smartphone and your tablet. It's your only source for local real-time traffic updates. It's available on Apple and Android devices. All you need to do is search Fox 11 AM.
The class of 2015 seems more optimistic about their job perspectives out there than graduates in some recent years. But how is that optimism actually translating into opportunities?
Yeah, certainly no argument here that the economy is in much better shape now than it was in 2008, 2010, even 2012. Karen Caifa looks at some expectations versus reality in our Consumer Watch.
Corinne Buckwalter's communications degree is the culmination of 4 years of hard work. So is the job she starts in June. She completed 6 internships while studying at the University of Maryland to set her up for that next step.
I started looking seriously at jobs and applying in January when I got back from winter break and started talking to everyone I knew.
Buckwalter's strategy is typical among members of the class of 2015. 8 in 10 said they considered the job market in their intended field before selecting their major, according to a survey by Accenture.
This year's grads, I would say, are optimistic, are pragmatic. Maybe most importantly, they're prepared. So preparedness was, something they thought about a long time ago and have really been thinking about and using to their advantage.
The class of 2015 leaves campus amid some of the most favorable employment statistics in years. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy. And it still comes down to what the student and an employer are really looking for.
I think it's relatively good all around and improving, but students are still looking for the right job.
Kelly Bishop is the director of the Career Center at the University of Maryland. He says the class of 2015 has been more optimistic than immediate predecessors, still cautiously so.
I think most students are not so much concerned about getting a job, but about being underemployed or having to take a job with not their preferred employer, not in their preferred field. So they're aware that to get the best jobs, it's still competitive. You're going to have to compete for it.
With the nationwide unemployment rate at a 7-year low, the class of 2015 seems willing to compete for more than just a paycheck. The Accenture survey found young people looking closely at development opportunities, work-life balance, and company culture, which was key in Buckwalter's decision.
It really just seemed like the right fit for me. I loved the office. They've had 0 turnover in the last year when they opened. So I'm looking for a career, not just a job. So I was really excited about that.
A combination of optimism and the improving economy helping the class of 2015. For Consumer Watch, I'm Karen Kafa.
All right, well, so far the month of May has provided more than twice the average rainfall at the airport in Reno. Coming up, we'll take a look at what our chances are of getting even more on the 7-day forecast. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back to Mornings on Fox 11. So we're starting out with the potential for some fog in a few spots this morning thanks to all that recent rainfall we had, plus the clear skies that we had overnight last night. Other than that fog, mainly dry for the day today, only a 20% chance for afternoon showers in western Nevada and the Sierra. A better chance, though, over in the eastern side of the state at 60%. 49 degrees in town right now, 3-mile-per-hour winds. We're at 86% humidity, so that humidity is starting to lower now that we're seeing the warm up out there for the temperatures. We're going to see less and less of a chance for fog in most spots at this point. 50 in Carson City, 54 in Dayton, 36 in Truckee, 52 in Smith Valley. Mostly sunny skies out there for western Nevada as well as the Sierra. A little bit of cloud cover mixing in for the eastern side of the state and some isolated showers. We'll continue to see the chance for some scattered shower activity over on the eastern side of the state today. Western Nevada is mostly dry, just a 20% chance for showers today. We'll repeat all that tomorrow, and then things really dry out for us coming Thursday and beyond, with warmer temperatures returning to the forecast by the weekend as well. So again, scattered showers and storms for the eastern side of the state. Highs are in the upper 60s and 70s out into the eastern side of Nevada. We are into the 70s here in western Nevada as well, not far from 80 in a couple of spots. West winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. We're just looking for sun and clouds for western Nevada and the Sierra, and a stray shower is possible, but it's only at about a 20% chance for most of us. 70s to near 80 in a couple of spots. Dayton topping out at 80 degrees today, but that's nothing compared to what you're going to see in a few days here. You'll see that on the 7-day. 70s for now, warm for this, or I should really say pretty much average for this time of year. Really warming up though on the 7-day forecast. Those 20% shower chances are around today and tomorrow in the afternoons. By the time we head into Friday and the weekend, we are in the mid to upper 80s, even close to 90 degrees in some of the lower elevation locations. So very warm for this time of year and a return to mostly sunny skies. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
And I'll raise my glass to
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 7:28. We're joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, you could soon be seeing a $1 fee at the Nevada DMV as the agency raises money for a new computer system. The technology fee would affect any paid transaction at the DMV until 2020. Money's aimed at funding a $109 million multi-year modernization project. Agency officials say that the program is going to cut wait times and reduce the need to come into a physical DMV office. And most of the funding for the upgrade is expected to come from the Highway Fund, but the $1 technology fee is projected to raise $10 million over the next 2 years. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. We're starting off with sunshine in western Nevada and the Sierra. A couple of clouds pop up by the afternoon and a stray shower's not out of the question, but nothing like we saw the last couple of days. We're only looking for 20% chance for afternoon showers in western Nevada, 60% though I should say out on the eastern side of the state, so much better chance out there. 54 in Minden and Gardnerville. We're at 54 degrees in Yerington, 50 in Carson City, and 36 in Truckee this morning. 7-day forecast. It is drier. It is warmer as we head through the next several days here. 20% chances today and tomorrow for showers and storms. Then the chances are basically gone. A return to mostly sunny skies and temperatures well into the 80s in the lower elevations. News 4 heads back to the Today Show. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
Search and rescue crews are scouring the flooded plains of Texas and Oklahoma for 12 missing people. We take a look at the towns ravaged by severe storms.
Plus, a series of anonymous phone threats against commercial airliners forced authorities to search flights in New York City. We're going to tell you what FBI officials found on board.
And a new law in Australia is targeting terrorists. Found out what the country is taking away from citizens. We're going to have these stories and much more coming up on this edition of Mornings on Fox 11.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
And hey, good Tuesday morning, everyone. 7:32 now. It seems like we're drying out a little bit this morning. A small chance of rain ahead this afternoon, but it sounds like things are really going to be warming up.
Yeah, just in time for the weekend, too. Talking about potential close to 90s. We haven't seen that in quite a bit, so it'll be nice to have that little mix up. I just hope that it doesn't dry everything out like that. Need that moisture to stick around for a while.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we kind of are hoping for sure. You know what's going to be interesting, though? Usually when we get into June or close to June, you look around and it's brown. You guys
Yeah.
noticed how green everything is?
Yeah, it is.
So nice.
Yeah, much needed moisture for sure. Wasn't awesome for all the Memorial Day activities outside, but over the weekend. But I think this is one of those things where, you know what, we'll take it. Just give us some more rain.
Yeah, and also some not so great news yesterday when it comes to Wolfpack
Yeah, this
baseball.
one's still hard for me to believe. Wolfpack baseball team, after they laid an egg in the Mountain West tournament, unfortunately lost the 2 games that they played. They didn't make it into the NCAA tournament despite winning 41 games and being in the top 25 all season long. Even some of the experts, the college baseball analysts on ESPN, places like that, are saying Nevada got robbed.
How did that happen?
After a season? Well, your mid-majors sometimes, your schools that aren't in the top conferences, so to speak, they don't often get as much respect as they should. But 41 wins, being in the top 25, and remember the field for this is 64 teams. So try and make sense of a team like Nevada, who was in the top 25 all season long and didn't get counted as one of the best 64 teams in the country. It's hard to imagine. Really.
Yeah.
It's a
Too
tough
bad.
deal. Such a great season for them.
But they did a great job. So
Yeah,
congratulations
yeah.
to them anyways.
Yes.
And you think what makes it tougher is that Mountain West tournament, full of rain delays, full of inclement weather. You know, sometimes guys just don't play their best baseball under conditions like that, So it's just a bummer to have a season not continue when it certainly should be.
Absolutely. Let's switch gears now. New this morning.
That's right, Charter Communications. Let's talk some business news here. Charter Communications confirmed that they will spend more than $55 billion in acquiring Time Warner Cable. The cash and stock deal will instantly create one of the largest pay television and broadband operators in the U.S. As part of the agreement, Charter will also buy Bright House Networks for more than $10 billion. Today, Time Warner Cable, valued at a total of $78 billion. Shares of Charter Communications are up more than 3% in pre-market, or were up more than 3% in pre-market trading.
It's now 7:35 on your Tuesday morning, and intense rain and floods are to blame for 6 deaths in Texas and Oklahoma. At least 12 people are still missing amid historic flooding, and hundreds of homes in one Texas county just washed away. Jennifer Gray has more.
This morning, record-breaking and deadly floodwaters continue to wreak havoc.
Campton?
Central Texas and
Do you
Oklahoma.
have any audio? I don't hear any audio from the television station.
Nearly 40 counties
In fact, I don't even hear you right now.
under an emergency disaster declaration.
I hear it okay. I hear TV okay.
You can hear me.
Able to withhold a historic amount of rain, flooding a highway.
It's not over. The rain is still here.
Family members desperately wait on dry land.
I kept calling him over and over, and I was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
As rescues continue by air and water. The National Guard called to rescue 13 people, including 3 children trapped in a rental cabin in southeast Oklahoma.
The water came up quicker than expected, road washed out, and we couldn't pass by it.
In Wimberley, Texas, around a dozen people are still missing, including 2 families with children.
When she wasn't there, I knew something was very, very wrong.
Julie Shields recalls the last phone call she received from her sister, Laura McComb.
Call Mom and Dad. I love you, and pray.
Along with her husband and 2 children inside, McComb's vacation home was swept away by the floodwaters. Her husband, found 12 miles away, says he tried desperately to save his family, but the cabin split in 2.
She is with her babies, and she will be with her babies always in heaven. And we know that as a family.
The death toll in both southern states continues to rise.
She was at prom with her date.
Can you hear me now?
Laughing, dancing next to her.
18-year-old Alyssa Ramirez was on her way back from prom, just south of San Antonio. Her car stalling out in high waters just a couple miles away from her home. She called 911 and her father, but it was too late.
They weren't able to
You want to do a voice check? Can I hear you?
when crews were out there. She has her
All good.
All right.
See her again soon.
Just heartbreaking. All schools in the Houston Independent School District are closed today due to the weather. Well, an unexpected find on a beach turns out to be a big catch for Texas drug enforcement officers. Galveston police say about 66 pounds of packaged cocaine washed ashore yesterday. It has a street value of more than $3.5 million. Each brick has a dolphin logo on it. Police say
I
that's
missed
the
that.
logo of the notorious golf cartel.
Just
Now,
reading
police
news
say
of
this is the
Robert
sixth
De Niro's
package of drugs to wash ashore at Galveston
graduation
Beach in the last.
New York art students.
Some of the passengers on
Maybe fun.
flights that received mid-air terror threats yesterday are speaking out this morning. Officials say someone phoned in threats against at least 10 passenger planes over the Memorial Day weekend. Planes headed to New York, Atlanta, Buffalo, and Newark were among the targets. An Air France flight from Paris to New York's JFK airport was also threatened. The U.S. military actually scrambled 2 F-15s to escort that plane. Passengers say they didn't even know what was going on until they landed.
Didn't know about the chemical weapons or anything.
They didn't announce anything. I put my phone, jumped on Twitter, saw it before they even announced anything, showed it to a flight attendant. He's like, okay, so now you know.
Several planes were searched after landing, but investigators didn't find anything. Officials suspected almost from the get-go that the threats didn't seem credible, but they say they still had to take things seriously out of precaution. The FBI is leading the investigation into who made the threats. Malaysia Airlines is nearly finished with their drastic restructuring plan. The changes come in an effort to recover after 2 major aircraft tragedies last year. Layoffs are estimated to affect some 6,000 of the company's 20,000 people who work there, but reports are now suggesting the figure could be closer to 8,000 workers being laid off. Malaysia Airlines was battered by an avalanche of negative publicity last year. There was the mysterious disappearance of flight MH370, then the shooting down of MH17. The airline was pulled from the Malaysian stock market and taken private by its sovereign wealth fund.
Australia is passing new laws targeting citizens who engage in terrorism. Prime Minister Tony Abbott announced dual nationals couldn't be stripped of their Australian citizenship if they're found to be fighting for or supporting terrorist groups. The immigration minister will be the one to decide if a dual national loses their citizenship. Abbott added there are safeguards to the new law.
We will be ensuring that as far as we can humanly make it, no one becomes stateless.
According to the Prime Minister, up to half of the 100 Australians fighting for ISIS are dual nationals.
Still to come, a teacher lays down the law when it comes to religion in her classroom, how a 6th grade project stirred up some controversy in Las Vegas, and in a new interview, Pope Francis reveals an interesting detail about his life. Find out what he hasn't done since 1990. Stay with us. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
I just want to go somewhere and have a really stinking big breakfast.
Aha. Then I shouldn't tell you the breakfast I made. Then
See,
it's not stinking big, but it is nice.
I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, and I've just been busy and haven't eaten yet, and all of a sudden my body's going, food!
Right, exactly. At the moment that your stomach is telling you, wait a minute, like, take care of me, buddy. You can work till the cows come home, but feed me now.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Morning,
Morning.
Lisa. Hi.
So, welcome to the show. We are talking about the student who was asked to put an inspirational message in her piece, and she put in a Bible verse and was asked to take it out. Now, schools come back and said, hey, not a good idea. We'll go ahead and let her do it anyways. But what do you think about her initial reaction to everything about that? Take it out. It shouldn't be there. So we'll talk to you guys about that. And does anyone know where Tony is? Hey, can you, Aaron, can you ask them to call for Tony to get into the hangout?
Tell her we miss her and we love her.
She should be here in a second.
Kempton, that little thing I showed you on green screen effects and old effects, it starts off with something really interesting and how in the black and white movie days it was really nothing more than double exposure that they used to do. And how they would block out part of the camera so the film wouldn't get exposed.
All right.
And open that up so only that part, so they could double expose something in the background and make it look like they were looking at New York out the window or something like that.
Right, upward exposure.
How that developed over the years.
Yeah.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
Welcome back here to Live Look Outside to get you started on your day. Beautiful shot. Finally, those blue skies are back. And the cooler temperatures are back as well. 49 degrees. Turning now to what is trending over on our Facebook page this morning. We've talked school and religion before many a times, but what happens when a student is required to do a project about their personal life and it includes religion? Well, a bit of a hubbub here. According to Fox News, 12-year-old Mackenzie Fraser was instructed by the teacher to create a PowerPoint demonstration about her life. One of the requirements was to include a slide with an inspirational message. So Mackenzie decided to use a Bible verse, specifically John 3:16. But the teacher had a problem with that inspirational message, and she explained to the class that none of the students would be allowed to use any Bible verses or quotations from the Book of Mormon. Teacher made Mackenzie take out the verse and use a secular quote. Well, school officials did issue a formal apology to Mackenzie for denying her the right to use a Bible verse in the assignment, and they're now allowing her to resubmit her original project, asking our Google Plusers, do you agree with the teacher's original decision here? When we've got so much hubbub about what is allowed and what isn't allowed in school, was she just taking the safer route here, or she should have gone out on that limb and said, yeah, it's okay? If you were the teacher, would you potentially make that decision as well because of the possible repercussions? Starting off first with Kempton. Kempton, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, it's just an assignment, and in this case, you ask the girl about what inspired her, and it's just one page or a sentence. So I definitely don't see any problem. It's not like the teacher doing or teaching Bible to the class. It's totally different. When you ask about what a girl's what happens in her life and inspire her, well, let her say whatever.
But Glenn, we've covered it here before. You've heard it, I'm sure, tons of times on your radio show. People getting in trouble for allowing religion in class, especially when it is a public school. She decides, okay, I'm not going to potentially get involved in this. I don't want to be a part of any potential suit. Let's just make it clear across the board, no religion in this. We just want you to have an inspirational quote. What do you think about it? Taking the safe route or going too far?
The moment you start to ban religion, you're banning freedom. So what the school needs to understand is, in a free country, people are allowed to be inspired by whatever inspires them. And that includes religion. Hey, if the student had written a quote from, let's say, the Buddhist religion, I don't care, Muhammad, fine, write it down if that's what inspires them. Freedom of religion is freedom itself. There's also freedom from religion for those people who don't feel that they want to be a part of any religion. So let them speak. And if somebody steps up to the teacher and says, hey, you're not allowed to bring Christianity in the classroom, tell them to get stuffed. We're in a free country. Government's job is to protect our freedoms. That's what the teacher should have been doing.
And here's what I have to say about this, my own little personal opinion. It has got to be really rough and making some tough decisions to be a teacher right now with all this, do this, don't do that, you can get in trouble, you can get sued, maybe not. Teachers, I love you, and thank you for doing what you do, because that's a tough job. Tony, real quickly, what do we have on Facebook?
Ron writes in and says, that's like doing an assignment on World War II and leaving the Holocaust out.
We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. That is where the conversation continues. Sam?
All right, Melissa, thank you. Well, still to come, Amanda Horn joins the show. Find out how you can enjoy a girls' night out at the Nevada Museum of Art. We'll be right back.
The songs are good. Making me understand.
Yeah.
At least more for the line. All right. See you guys in the next,
see you in an
next
hour.
segment. All right.
And welcome back, everybody. It is Tuesday. That means Amanda Horn is here once again to tell us what's going on at the Nevada Museum of Art. Good morning so much. Thanks so much for coming in. It's great to see you.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed your weekend.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked about art classes before, but I think a lot of times you think of art classes, you think of, something for mom and dad or adults to do in the evening hours. Also some great stuff for kids, too.
Yes, this week, actually, we have an after-school program that starts for kids 7 to 12, and it's all about watercolors. And that actually starts tomorrow, and there's still a couple spots left, so people can register. And this is a really great way, again, to encourage creativity and artistic expression in your younger kids, because you really want to nurture that. And unfortunately, Bill, the kids don't get a lot of opportunity for art education, particularly in elementary and middle schools here.
Yeah, that is a shame. So good to see you guys are helping out with that. And also, you've got some summer camps filling up quickly.
They are filling up quickly. The summer clay camp has already sold out, but we still have a mixed media pirate camp, which sounds like a lot of fun. I wish I could take that. And we also have we also have classes for teenagers too, ages 13 to 18. And those are really all of June and July. Every week is a different session. And again, these are half-day sessions, 8:30 to 12:30. So do go online, check it out, and register now if you want to get your kids in.
Yeah, makes sense for sure. And also, of course, the Museum of Art isn't just for kids.
No, of course not.
What about some adults? What do you have for them?
We have a girls' night out this week.
Yeah, there you go.
That's on Thursday night. This is a 3-hour session, 5:30 to 8:30, and it's all about abstract painting. And this class in particular will be taught by a local working artist named Casey Sibley. She's enormously talented, and this is really just a fun way to hang out with your girlfriends. Sorry, you could come too if you wanted. You and your wife could come, but we don't tell guys that they can't do it. But it is definitely built for the ladies. Grab a glass of wine, bring the girlfriends, and try your hand at art. It's a lot of fun. And also this weekend we have a mosaics class too for people who might want to try that. And those are the, you get like garden stones or something, and you put different pieces of tile and beads and glass in those, and that's this weekend too.
All right, for inside or outside if you want to have some art outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good, Amanda. Thank you so much for coming, and we appreciate it as always. Pull up that full screen for us one last time.
Yes, it's Glenn.
Hi.
Hey.
Give us our email.
Anyway. Oh, that's nevadaart.org. It's our website. And, of course, you can always contact us, art@nevadaart.org, 775-329-3333.
All right. Appreciate it, Amanda. Tim?
All right. Well, so far the month of May has provided more than twice the average rainfall at the airport in Reno. Very slight, I should say, chances that we could add to that number, but, we'll talk about that coming up.
But when we're done with the interview, I just wanted I'll always just want the one with the website and, you know what I mean? The finishing one. Sorry.
Another question that's probably in, but we didn't have time for it.
Yeah, I was getting
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings on Fox 11. So we've been in a rainy pattern for the last couple of weeks. That is coming to an end very shortly here. But because of that recent rainfall, there could be some areas of fog in some of those upper elevation valleys, such as, where Truckee sits, as well as Portola. 20% chance for afternoon showers as we go through the day today, though, and a 60% chance out on the eastern side of the state. So much lower chances for western Nevada and the Sierra today, down to 20% chances. 49 in town right now, 3-mile-per-hour winds, 86% humidity, and mostly sunny skies. As we warm up, that fog should start to lessen up in those valleys in the Sierra. Truckee at 36 degrees right now, 49 in Reno, 50 in Carson City, 56 in Yerington, and 42 in Markleeville. So we had clear skies overnight for much of western Nevada and the Sierra. That plus the recent moisture was what created some of that fog out there in some of those areas. Eastern Nevada looking at some showers right now, very isolated in nature, and a little bit of cloud cover too. As we go through the day today, the best chances for showers and storms are over the eastern side of the state. We'll continue to see a 60% chance there, but over here in western Nevada, I think we're down to about a 20% chance today and tomorrow. So we are looking at much drier conditions for the next several days here. And in fact, we dry out completely by the time we get to Thursday and beyond. So you'll see that on the 7-day forecast here. Drier trend and a much warmer pattern is on the way. We're returning to mostly sunny skies. We're even starting off with sunshine today and tomorrow, but that, cloud cover will start to grow a little bit this afternoon, maybe even a stray shower or thunderstorm. Same thing tomorrow, then mostly sunny skies for Thursday and beyond, and temperatures return well into the 80s by the end of this week and the beginning of next week. Really actually cooling down by Monday, but for the weekend, we are well into the 80s in the lower elevations, well into the 70s for the upper elevations, above average for this time of year. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 7:58. We're joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, teachers who spend their own cash on supplies for their classroom may be getting reimbursed. State senators voted unanimously to approve SB 133 yesterday, which would allow teachers a reimbursement of up to $250 per year for out-of-pocket classroom purchases. The bill calls for $5 million in state funds for the program over the next 2 years. However, lawmakers still need to approve a tax plan to provide money for this and other programs. The measure now moves on over to the Assembly. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast for this Tuesday. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. We're starting off with a good amount of sunshine in western Nevada and the Sierra. A little bit more cloud cover on the eastern side of the state. That'll turn into more showers and storms over in eastern Nevada, but very slight chances for western Nevada. 60% in the east, 20% in the west today. So much lower chances than the last couple of days. We're at 54 in Reno and Carson City right now, 58 in Smith Valley, 58 in Dayton, 37 in Truckee, and 48 in South Lake Tahoe this morning. Going for the 60s and 70s, depending on your elevation, even warmer as we head through the 7-day forecast. Rain chances drop off after Wednesday, but still only at 20% today and tomorrow. Temperatures return to the 80s in the lower elevations by your Thursday. News 4 heads to the 8 o'clock hour of the Today Show, and Mornings on Fox 11 continues after a break.
All right, thank you. Plus, Pope Francis has not been keeping up with the Kardashians, or anybody else on TV for that matter. Turns out he doesn't like TV. I'll tell you why.
Plus, Sharon Osbourne is ready to take a break. Why a collapse from mental and physical fatigue is causing her hiatus. From CBS's The Talk.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on Mornings on Fox 11. Right now, 8:02, second hour of the show. Still got a lot to chit-chat about, including this is the last week-ish, if you will, of the legislature. A lot of last-minute bills coming through. Will they get signed? Will they not? So a big push in Carson City right now, taking care of the odds and ends, if you will, or some of the most important bills, some people might say.
The governor's tax plan, right? A lot of people looking at that one.
Yeah. You know what? If you've been here a while, you've heard once we get down to the last couple of weeks of legislative session, you always begin to hear that talk about a special session. Yeah. A lot of time lawmakers, I think they use it as bargaining chips. And that call, we've heard that word at least once over the weekend, special session. So we're going to be talking about that this morning to see how close we are. But last week, it's kind of flown by.
I know it has. It went through quickly. And again, the big question is what is going to take place for this last week? And we've been covering it for you all the way through. And we're going to continue to cover it for the next couple of days for you as well, till it is over. Special session or not.
Yeah, all righty. We'll take a look at this. Meet Big Buck. He's a giant kangaroo, and he's standing. Look at that. Residents,
He's got a six-pack.
I
He
know.
does.
He would pummel me. Residents in one Australian neighborhood say that he's been walking around giving neighbors the creeps because he's standing very straight and tall, and look at his muscles.
Well, he's got he's buff.
Pecs and muscles. That's what neighbors had to say.
He's very big, and I don't really want to take him on. He's got massive, massive muscles, big pecs and everything.
Yeah, big pecs on a kangaroo. He's been spotted on playgrounds and golf courses just walking around like this. Seriously, kangaroos.
I think
remember
you have
back-
a new Halloween outfit.
I know. I don't have those pecs quite as a cut as that kangaroo does. But remember the old days where they'd show those movies of people boxing a kangaroo?
Yeah.
No one would box
No.
that one, man.
Oh, no. Not if you had a brain in your head, you wouldn't do that. Very interesting, poor kangaroo. There's probably getting, they're probably chasing him to put it in a zoo. Don't you think at this point in time, if it's something like that that's so odd that they would...
They want to get him tested for steroids.
Yeah, they want. What are they even eating? All right, you guys, let's switch gears now and take a look at what's trending. Trending over on Yahoo this morning. Pope Francis says that he has not watched TV for some 25 years. He told an Argentinian newspaper that he vowed to the Virgin Mary to give up television back in July, on the 15th of July in 1990. Reason? He said TV just simply isn't for him. It's not for everybody. Other interesting facts that he shared, he never uses the internet. He also asks the Swiss Guard when he wants to learn more about his hometown soccer team. Did they win? Did they lose? He also says that he misses being able to walk through the streets freely and being able to go to pizzerias. I miss that too. Trending over on Facebook, an estimated 50,000 people took part in this year's lantern floating in Honolulu. They set 6,000 candles lit lanterns into the water to light up the shores of Ala Moana Beach at sunset. Look at how gorgeous that must have been. My goodness. Organizers hailed it as the largest Memorial Day observance in the U.S. The lanterns bore remembrances and prayers with the goal of creating a moment of collective remembrance, harmony, and international friendship. This year put a special focus on those killed in the recent earthquakes in Nepal. The annual event was first held back in 1990. Trending over on Twitter this morning, hashtag BB King. Coroners have performed an autopsy on the body of blues legend BB King after alleged foul play accusations. Yes, two of his daughters, Patty King and Karen Williams, said in an affidavit, quote, "I believe my father was murdered and that he was administered foreign substances. The allegations were reported by the Associated Press. The Clark County, Nevada coroner said that initial autopsy results found no evidence to substantiate the allegations. Right, taking a look now at what's trending over on our Facebook page. Oregon is about to test the first in the nation program to charge car owners not for fuel used, but for miles driven. The goal is more revenue to pay for road and bridge projects. Gasoline tax revenues are declining across the country because of greater fuel efficiency and the popularity of fuel-efficient hybrid and electric cars. Well, some electric and hybrid car owners, however, say that the new tax would be unfair to them and would discourage purchases of green vehicles. State officials say it's only fair for owners of green vehicles to be charged for maintaining the roads in which they use. California is studying alternatives to the gas tax, and Washington State has set money aside to develop a program similar to Oregon's. So we're asking all of you on Facebook, is this an innovative idea? Is this the way to go? Are you going to encourage or discourage green energy? Mario writes in on Facebook, and he says, here's the issue that I see. If I'm a visitor of Oregon, does that mean I don't pay the gas tax? Interesting. And what about it? If you pay that money to have a green vehicle, an electric vehicle per se, then maybe you shouldn't be taxed for it, right? Or you're using the roads, so yeah, you pay for it as well. Your car's on those roads. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go to post your comments on our Facebook page. Sam?
All right, Melissa, thank you. Well, a new cafe in the biggest little city is changing the way espresso is made in the Silver State. Fox 11's Gianna Georgie is live at Old World Coffee with more. Hey, Gianna.
All righty, Gianna, thank you for that. Still ahead, Katy Perry is wide awake to new love prospects, why her divorce has made her, quote, fearless. That's coming up next in today's Hollywood.
Welcome back. Here's a live look at part of the spaghetti bowl to get you started on your day. Right now it is.
You're going to be close to 90 degrees by the end of the week. So all of you who are waterlogged, need to dry out, need to get a little vitamin D, it's going to be a good week for that. Tim's in next. There in a little bit. You guys, your forecast.
That's right. And Justin Bieber is getting back to doing what's made him famous. No,
Getting in trouble?
that doesn't mean getting in trouble if you read the script. And the slew of stars mourn a comedy legend.
Yes, to say the least. Mary Maloney shows us how in today's Hollywood Minute.
Comedy legend Ann Mira mourned on social media. Samuel L. Jackson tweeted, "We lost one of the good ones. R.I.P. Miss Ann." And Sarah Silverman says meeting Mira was a life highlight. Monday, her son, Ben Stiller, thanked fans, saying, "All of us in our family feel so lucky to have had her in our lives." Mira's career spanned more than 60 years in movies and TV.
I'm wide awake.
Katy Perry says she's wide awake when it comes to love. The singer told a Sydney newspaper she hasn't talked to ex-husband Russell Brand since he filed for divorce. Now Katy says she likes to be fearless and modern in her relationships. Justin Bieber surprised music lovers in Hollywood. He crashed jazz night at a hotel club and burst into the Boyz II Men classic. It's a mellow yellow wedding for Allison Pill and Joshua Leonard. The Newsroom actress and her Blair Witch beau posted sweet messages on Instagram, calling the nuptials the best day. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
And in more of your entertainment news on this Tuesday morning, Sharon Osbourne has taken some time off from CBS's The Talk after doctors said she was suffering from extreme exhaustion.
That's coming from Rep's statement, one of her reps. And according to People magazine, People reports that the rep said that Osbourne, quote, collapsed from mental and physical fatigue, end quote, last week following trips to New York and Toronto.
And the rep tells People the doctors believe Osbourne returned to work too soon after being hospitalized for pneumonia earlier this year. The rep says Osbourne thanks her colleagues at The Talk for granting her the month's time off and her friends and family for all their support. Tim?
All right, thank you, Bill. Well, so far we've had more than twice the average rain at the airport in Reno for the month of May, and there are some very small chances that we'll see a little bit more before the month is all said and done. We'll cover those chances and the temperatures on the 7-day forecast.
matter, chasing that desire. Sparks flying in her eyes like a lighter. Get a little higher, sipping on fire. How can we not talk about family when family is all that we got?
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings on Fox 11. So we've had recent rainfall the last couple of weeks, and that moisture at the ground level plus skies above us, that leads to the potential for some fog out there in a few spots. A couple of areas more likely to see it than others are places like Truckee and Portola. At this point, if the fog hasn't formed, though, you're probably having a good chance that it won't form for you because we are now starting to warm up into the daytime hours. 20% chance for afternoon showers in western Nevada and the Sierra, but over on the eastern side of the state, the chances are definitely higher today at 60% out there. 54 in town. We are looking at calm winds, mostly sunny skies, and 72% humidity right now in Reno at the airport. We're in the 50s and 60s for the lower elevations, 59 in Silver Springs, 60 in Dayton, 60 in Minden and Gardnerville, and 55 in Carson City. Still the 30s and 40s, though, upstairs in places like Truckee and South Lake Tahoe. We are looking at mainly clear skies across western Nevada and the Sierra. Lots of sunshine out there for the first part of the day today. A couple clouds will grow, though, into the afternoon hours. Better chance for clouds and showers out toward the eastern side of the state. So about a 20% chance here in western Nevada and the Sierra. We will see some clouds building into the afternoon hours. Better chance at 60% over the eastern side of the state. Tomorrow is basically a repeat of today, and then high pressure builds in, and that means warmer conditions and much drier conditions with the shower chances falling off the forecast by about Thursday. 71 in Elko, 68 the high in Ely today. We are looking for those afternoon showers and thunderstorms out over the eastern side of the state. Much less of a chance. A stray shower not out of the question completely, but a much lower chance, down to 20% for western Nevada today. Highs are in the 70s up across the lower elevations. They're in the 60s around Lake Tahoe and into the Sierra. West winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. All in all, a pretty pleasant day out there. Sun with a few clouds growing in the afternoon. And again, that slight chance for showers and thunderstorms only at 20% for the western side of the state. So it's mainly a dry day. Tomorrow is very similar, but check out the rest of the 7-day forecast. The rain chances will fall off completely by your Thursday, and temperatures by then well into the 80s. A return to mostly sunny skies across the area. We even get close to 90 degrees by the time we get to your Saturday in the lower elevations. We're at 89 in Reno Sparks on Saturday, 88 in Carson City, the upper 70s in South Lake Tahoe and around Tahoe in general. So much, much warmer and well above average for this time of year after being below average for the last couple of weeks. Bill, over to you.
All righty, thank you, Tim. Coming up next, we're going to have some ladies in the studio who have created a platform built around a great nonprofit organization here locally, why they feel so passionately about dedicating their time to families in need.
Where is the
By the couch. Maybe not. Oh, it's right here. Right here.
Access. Anytime. Jacqueline will. Jacqueline.
Checkity check, check, check. Check, 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 check.
Yes, there's. And welcome back, everyone. We have some beautiful guests joining the show today. We have Ms. Georgia 2015, Jacqueline Wilkins, and Miss Northern County's Jenna Holdridge. They're here to talk about their volunteer time at the Solace Tree, which is a great program for families in need after the loss of a loved one. And if you have ever lost a loved one, you know just how hard it can be, days, months, years, even when you come to birthdays, the coming anniversary of the death. It's a hard thing to deal with. And so you guys have volunteered your time with the Solace Tree. Jacqueline, I'm going to start with you first. So you were born and raised in Reno. Now you're Ms. Georgia. Tell us how you incorporate the Solace Tree with your platform.
Well, I was born in Roswell, New Mexico, but I grew up in Reno. And I lost my mother when I was 16 years old to breast cancer. And at the time, I didn't really have any immediate family in the area to turn to besides my dad and my brothers. And I was searching for organizations to help me overcome my grief. And I found the Solace Tree. And it's really just been a blessing in my life. And I turned to it for comfort. And I began to volunteer there in 2008. And I just offered my time, and it offers peer support to people and children, teens and families in need.
And you have taken that love for the Solace Tree and taken it with you to Georgia, and now you represent the Solace Tree while you're representing Ms. Georgia as well.
Yes, absolutely. It's my platform. It's entitled No Child Should Grieve Alone. And I work with Case Club in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's very similar to the Solace Tree. It's been a great opportunity.
And Jenna, talk about your involvement. You will be competing for Miss Nevada coming up this June. And I know that you have talked openly about the loss of someone in your family as well, to suicide.
Right.
And how has your volunteer time with the Solace Tree kind of opened your eyes to grief?
When I lost my brother-in-law, I was in 3rd grade, and there wasn't really anything to help my family out. We kind of just dealt with it alone. So when I was looking for organizations to volunteer for and I found the Solace Tree, it was just a perfect match. I was like, this is what I didn't have. This is what I want to help. These are the people I want to help get over what took so long for me to get through.
And how has your time with the Solace Tree and in your time helping people deal with grief, how has that changed your life?
In so many ways. Just reading through the booklets, getting ready to volunteer. I haven't actually yet, but I get to this next week, and just getting to read through those things and educate myself on how to help people has improved myself in so many ways.
Well, the Solace Tree, great organization. Sadly, we're running out of time here, but for more information, you can head to solacetree.org. It's a great organization to check out, especially if you have lost a loved one. Stay with us, everyone. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 8:28. We're joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Happening today, the state is expected to call forensic experts in the Wayne Burgarello trial. Burgarello is accused of killing Cody Devine and wounding Janae Wilson, who he found in his vacant home in Sparks back in February of 2014. Now, experts should indicate whether Devine and Wilson were there and where they were shot in the house. Also expected today, testimony that would be counter to Burgarello's interview with police that he says Cody's arms go up, indicating that Cody had a gun. The 74-year-old Burgarello claims the shootings were in self-defense. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. We're starting out with mostly sunny skies here in western Nevada and the Sierra. A little more cloud cover and some isolated showers over on the eastern side of the state. The better chance for showers is that eastern side of Nevada at 60%. Those of us here in the western side of the state in the Sierra, only about a 20% chance. So certainly drier than yesterday across the area. 54 in Reno, 55 in Carson City, 61 in Silver Springs, and 48 so far in South Lake Tahoe. A drier and warmer pattern has set in for that 7-day forecast. 20% chances today and tomorrow for afternoon showers, maybe even a thunderstorm. They're going to be pretty stray though. Temperatures on their way up, mostly sunny skies and into the 80s for the lower elevations later this week. News 4 heads back to the Today Show, mornings on Fox 11, last half hour coming up.
We've gotten a lot of help over the last month and a half, and this is how. We've gotten a lot of help over the last month and a half, and this is our way of getting back.
After a local toddler received a tragic diagnosis, the community is stepping up to help his family and those who face the same hardships. We'll tell you how you can get involved. Plus, why you may see an increase in your fees at the DMV, but a decrease in wait times, where the Silver State plans on using the revenue.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
And hey, good Tuesday morning, last half hour of the show. And still to come, we have two very special guests. We'll just have to wait and let the suspense grow for the big surprise.
That's right.
Here's a hint though, if you've got little ones at home, you know,
Yes.
2-3 years old, might want to gather them around the TV for the next half hour.
Yeah, they're probably gonna really enjoy
As
this.
long as you two watch your mouths and don't get a little,
You're
say
the one who
inappropriate
has to-
things.
Yeah, that's all you.
That's what we worry about with you.
Yeah. Hey, we were talking about DMV and the chance of perhaps us having to pay a little bit more to register.
Yeah.
Is $1 worth shorter wait times at the DMV.
$10 is worth
I
shorter
know,
wait time
huh?
at the DMV.
I like this
I
plan.
thought we did this whole thing about doing the text you on your phone, so
The
lower
dashboard
wait.
thing.
Yeah, so I thought that was going to help out with wait times. So I guess now we've got another option for helping with wait times. I say, sure, okay, but at some point in time, can we get this wait time issue figured out so we don't keep doing
It's
stuff?
$1.
Yeah, no, I know. It's
For a
it's,
year.
It's just $1. I understand, but when you come out and say, "Hey, we've already got it taken care of with the app," I think that should really have done it right there. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just not working the way they wanted it to.
You're like, that's a bag of Cheetos out of the vending machine.
That's right.
right.
And those are important to me.
Well, let's switch gears and talk about a sad story. We're taking a look at some of your top local headlines, and this horrible, horrible story for one local family here. A Reno toddler was recently diagnosed with cancer.
That's right. Now the family is coming together, teaming up with a local gym this weekend to raise funds for all families that are dealing with this disease.
Fox 11's Jamie Hayden shows us how we can all help.
It actually came out of nowhere. Easter Sunday, he was running around, wrestling with his cousins, having a good old time. 8 days later, he couldn't stand up.
Eric Smith's 2-year-old son Logan was diagnosed with neuroblastoma last month.
It's a cancer. It's affecting his kidney, his adrenal gland.
Logan has already spent more than a month getting treatment in the Bay Area. His prognosis is good, but he'll have to go back throughout the next year and a half for treatment.
Just because of his age, they want to do everything there. He's got 6 rounds of chemo to do, surgery, stem cell transplant, radiation, and more chemo. It's going to be a very long road.
So Black Iron Gym in Sparks is stepping up.
Eric, who's one of our members and also our close friend, we found out about his son's neuroblastoma.
Owner Chrissy Cagney is teaming up with the Smiths to put on a fundraiser called Lift for Logan at her gym this Sunday.
So we're having a charity workout where athletes from gyms all around Reno, Tahoe, and Northern California are going to come and compete. And rather than awarding who's the fittest and wins the workout, we're going to award who raises the most money.
Their goal to help all families dealing with childhood cancer. So all proceeds from the event will benefit the Northern Nevada Children's Cancer Foundation.
Children's Cancer Foundation here in town, they've been tremendous for us, helping cover gas, food, toys for the kids, that kind of stuff. We've gotten a lot of help over the last month and a half, and this is our way of giving back.
And Jamie Hayden reporting for us this morning. The fundraiser is this Sunday from 9 to 3. The event is open to the public and also includes a raffle and bake sale. You can also donate online. For more information, just head to our website, foxreno.com.
Well, parents looking to take their kids to the Discovery Museum will have an opportunity to take them there for free. Children 17 and under will be able to get in for free tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. at the location there, 490 South Center Street downtown. The museum is partnering with UPromise to teach kids about the importance of saving money for college. The UPromise 529 plan allows for dollar-for-dollar matching contributions up to $300 per year for college savings accounts.
And taking a look at your political news on this Tuesday morning, teachers who spend their own money on supplies for their classroom may soon be able to get reimbursed. State senators voted unanimously to approve SB 133 yesterday, which would allow teachers a reimbursement of up to $250 per year for out-of-pocket classroom purchases. The bill calls for $5 million in state funds for the program over the next 2 years. The measure now moves on to the Assembly. And Nevada lawmakers are expected to vote on a bill that would allow students to use state money designated for their public education at a private school instead. The Senate Finance Committee is scheduled to vote today on SB 302. It would create education savings accounts that kids could use for tuition at a private school. They could also use that money for textbooks, tutoring, or even save it for college.
All righty, we were talking about this at the top of this half hour. You could soon be seeing a $1 fee at the Nevada DMV as the agency raises money for a new computer system. The technology fee would affect any paid transaction at the DMV until 2020. The money's aimed at funding a $109 million multi-year modernization project. Agency officials say the program will cut wait times and reduce the need to come into a physical DMV office. Most of the funding for this upgrade is expected to come from the Highway Fund. But the $1 technology fee is projected to raise $10 million over the next 2 years. Melissa?
All right. Well, it is a first-in-the-nation program that charges car owners not for the fuel that they use, but for the miles driven. Why? This is raising some concerns with the eco-friendly drivers in the area. Stay with us. Looks like coming up.
Sometimes love don't feel like it should be. Hurts so good.
You know, Kempton, I hate to sound mean here, but every so often I go to some place like the dollar store just to pick up something like I did a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I have to say to myself, and I don't say it out loud, the person behind the register at the dollar store, I see why you work at a dollar store. That is as far as you're ever going to go. You're never going to achieve anything with your life. You can't handle this, where everything's a dollar. I just keep my mouth shut and move along. You know.
Well, you guys are lucky. Our dollar store are not quite dollar.
Check. What did you
Yeah,
buy?
$2. Yeah, sometimes $3. There are some bad ones that they say they are dollar store, but they are not completely.
If you really want to
$15 bucks.
True dollar store where everything is truly a dollar, you really want to confuse them, ask for a price check. How much is this?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I do like the stores because, frankly, I think the prices are much more realistic. You know, because let's say you went there to buy shampoo. Some stores, it's a very expensive shampoo bottle. But you go to the dollar store, it's the exact same thing. And it's like a $4 bottle of shampoo. That makes more sense.
Right. It's the same brand. But like this comb I got in the dollar store, $2. That's a very solid comb. And I quite like it. But yeah, some of the stuff are just junk. And I don't see a lot of brand name stuff like detergent and whatnot. Nah.
Right.
They don't have a brand name. They have no name brand there. And I don't know what. Yeah, don't want to use it.
Haven't heard this one in a while. Oh, go Melissa. Yeah. What's your bad guitar?
Welcome back. Here's a live look outside at 80 at the Sparks Marina. Gorgeous shot right there. Traffic, not bad. Temperature's not bad. 54 degrees. Sunny out there. Going to be nice and sunny for the next couple of days as well. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker is going to be joining us with a look at our forecast in just a bit. But first, taking a look at what is trending over on our Facebook page this morning. Oregon is about to test the first in the nation program to charge car owners not for fuel used, but for miles driven. The goal is more revenue to pay for road and bridge projects. Gasoline tax revenues are declining across the country. They say partly because of greater fuel efficiency and the popularity of fuel-efficient hybrid and electric cars. Some electric and hybrid car owners, however, say that the new tax would be unfair to them and would discourage purchases of green vehicles. Well, state officials say that it is only fair for owners of green vehicles to be charged for maintaining roads. California is studying alternatives to the gas tax, and Washington State has set money aside to develop a program similar to Oregon's. Well, so we're asking all our Google Plusers, what do you think about it? Is this innovation a great idea? Should they be doing this? You know, they're on the roads anyways, depending on what kind of car you drive. It doesn't matter. You're on the road, you're using the road, you should help pay for it, or no. Part of the reason why you bought these green cars is because you were trying to get away from the taxes of gasoline. You didn't want to be part of it. Starting off first with Glenn. Glenn, what do you think?
Well, first off, for any government body out there who's complaining they don't have enough money for roads and bridges, I am constantly going through your budgets and talking about them on the air. If you quit the wasteful spending and money were just to quit disappearing inside your own bureaucracy, there's plenty of money for roads and bridges, so don't tell me that you have to change a tax or raise a new tax. Now, for those people out there that are driving those electric cars, I'm sitting in the middle of coal country in Gillette, Wyoming, surrounded by open-pit coal mines and coal-fired power plants, and we would like to thank you for purchasing a coal-powered car. We appreciate your business. One way we could tax you for road use, well, we tax you for electricity anyway, as you're using electricity to power your house. That's taxed. Why not just add on something to the pump when you plug in?
There you go. So it marks it anyways. You're still there having to plug in. You're still going to get it. Interesting. Kempton, what do you think? Is it fair you invest the time, the money, the research, the et cetera, to get yourself a green vehicle because you don't want to have to deal with gas anymore? You want to have a better way to do, in your opinion, to get where you need to go, a more fuel efficient or better on the environment. So with that comes the no longer do you have to pay taxes until now in Oregon. What do you think about it? Do you think it's a good idea? I mean, they ultimately are using the roads anyways.
Yeah, I understand part the drivers are using the roads anyway. But the thing is, it does feel very much like they want to kick and eat it too. Like encourage people to go green and have a green car and everything. And some states even give you tax credit and whatnot for it. And now you got your green car and whatnot. They want to charge you for using your car, and that is just a bit of a rip-off to me. Like, I think everyone needs to help the environment a little bit, so it's good that people have green car, but charging for roads this way it's not good. Yeah, it's not cool to me.
Do you agree with Kempton? Or maybe Glenn? We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. That's where the conversation continues. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us today. Sam?
All right, Melissa, thank you. Well, still to come here on Mornings on Fox 11's Elmo's Got the Moves.
We came to the same conclusion by a different way.
Right here in the New York City. Bill will be answering here. And the news doesn't stop when you leave the house, and Fox 11 has you the new and improved free Fox 11 your smartphone and your tablet. It's your only source for local real-time traffic updates, and we all need those.
I want to pick with Elmo. No, I got a kick out of a friend of mine who works up at the hospital. He's a doctor at the hospital here in our town. And he's walking out of the hospital, and he stops and looks. And first off, what a nice-looking car. And then he realized, hey, that's a Tesla. And he's walking up and admiring the Tesla. Well, behind him is a coal power plant. And over that way is a coal power plant. And I said, yes, you were looking at a coal-powered car. Every time that guy fills up with electricity here in town, it's okay. I think it's great technology. I'm not putting it down. I just get a kick out of when they say zero emissions car.
Yeah.
Go take a look at those stacks over there. There's your tailpipe.
May still be better than gasoline, but you're right. I mean, electricity comes from somewhere, and some states use coal, and some states use even in Canada, some provinces use better, more efficient, like hydro, hydro generated.
I am in favor of as much hydroelectricity as we can get. As far as I'm concerned, that is about one of the most efficient ways to go. And you want to talk about keeping things clean.
Just let the water power it, and why not, right?
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of wind turbines because there's so much wind here in Wyoming, and it's devastating the bird population.
Right. Yeah, I've seen the documentary that talks about the birds get seriously screwed up.
Yeah, I think it's worth a try. I like trying new things.
Solar energy, solar energy, like Tesla is trying to do to build with to build the batteries, right? Solar charged batteries. Yeah. Anyway, that's good chat. So
All right. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, Glenn.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I don't know. Well, actually, we are still live. Do you mind if I call you hang out again? Just a quick question. All right.
And welcome back, everybody. Kids, gather around the TVs because we've got a treat for you. The timeless tunes and lessons for all ages. Sesame Street Live is in town tonight and tomorrow. Joining me now to tell us all about it, of course, Cookie Monster, everyone's favorite Elmo, and last but not least, Ryan Caudell. Ryan, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome.
Very happy to be here in Reno.
Yes, and we're happy to have you. Tell us about Sesame Street Live for those who've never seen it before.
Absolutely. Sesame Street Live, Let's Dance. It's a brand new show to Sesame Street this year. It's just like the TV show, so you recognize all your favorite characters there on stage. So it's very, very interactive, very high energy. You get the kids and the families to get up and dance with Elmo, with Cookie, with Abby, with Bert and Ernie, with Grover, all your favorite characters.
They're all coming in. You say it
Yeah.
is like the TV show. You
Yeah.
teach the lessons, they learn.
Absolutely. Sesame Street has been a teaching tool for the last 45 years, and this show is no different. We're really using dance to learn how to express yourself, teaching teamwork, cooperation, how to use your imagination. So very similar to the TV show in that respect.
Okay, we love that. Now, you're a character in the show. We're not going to say which one. What is it like for you to travel around the country and see all the smiles on these kids' faces?
Yeah, it's a really, really fun. It's really great to travel. I mean, we have so many friends all over the country, and it's really great to see the kids' response to the show and how parents love it just as much because, like I said,
Sure.
it's been around for so long that parents grew up watching it as well.
Okay. Cookie Monster, Elmo, can you give us any details about their roles? They're huge stars, I imagine.
Oh, they're
in this
huge
one.
stars. Of course. They love to dance. They want you to dance right with them. They got a couple of really fun numbers that you're going to recognize, you know, the Sunny Days, the classic theme song. There's some throwbacks in there that I'm sure everyone would love.
Okay, very good. And you guys have been coming to Reno for a while. Is this your first time in Reno?
Yes, it's not Sesame Street's first time, but this show, it is our first time here.
Yeah.
Sesame Street Live, Let's Dance, yeah.
Such an awesome, awesome show. I have a 9-year-old and 8-year-old. Took both of them to Sesame Street
Yeah?
Live many years back. Now we
Okay.
have a 2-year-old
Oh,
who is
okay,
a
we'll have
huge
to
Elmo
bring-
and Cookie Monster fan. And
Hear
he's
that,
going
Elmo
to
and
hopefully
Cookie?
try and get into tomorrow's show too. So thank you guys so much, Ryan, so
Yeah,
much for
thank
coming
you.
in. Again, the shows, since we don't have our full pages working, tonight at 6:30, tomorrow 10:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. If you'd like tickets, you can call 1-800-325-SEAT, or you can also go online. Sesame Street Live for tickets, of course. You can find that just by Googling, I imagine. if you wanna get tickets.
SesameStreetLive.com. You can check out ticket prices, ticket times. Tickets start at $15.
All right.
So we open tonight.
Affordable family fun. Come check them out
Yeah.
here in Reno. All righty. Thank you, Cookie Monster, Ryan, and Elmo. We'll be back.
And when we come back, we're going to have a look at your forecast so far the month of May, more than twice the average for an average May. So that's, of course, good news for the drought. It's not a drought solver, but it's something we don't get to say surplus all that often around here lately. We're going to take a look at your forecast coming up.
Hi, Glenn.
Okay, there you are.
Oh, sorry, Glenn, you're still here. I was trying to call you on a separate thing
Yeah.
because this is still live on Fox, like Reno's station. Shall we try that? Let me try to start another Hangout, and
Okay.
then I'll send you a link via Facebook. How about that?
Okay,
Just
sounds good.
on audio mixing. All right.